I want to talk a little bit about how far we've come, because when we went to battle against Britain to become an independent country with the American Revolution, it's back in 1774, the average American, the average colonist, paid between 1 and 2% of their income in taxes, total, 1 and 2%. The British in London were paying 20%. We were paying 1 or 2%. They were thinking of 3, and we took the guns out. There's been a little backsliding. The federal government's about 20% of GDP, state and local, 10 or 12. We have a long way to go to get back towards a reasonable level of taxation. But the divisions then are the same as those now. There were two teams during the American Revolution. There were the Sons of Liberty, the Patriots, that wanted independence and lower taxes, and the other team was known as the Friends of Government. And somehow that hasn't changed. Always their answer to every question is, what's best for the government? If we cut taxes, the government loses money. The American people gain resources and time and freedom, but the government loses money. They're always very concerned about the government rather than the people. Well, the tax cut that the Republicans passed in December is a significant step in the right direction. Now, the left will yell, it only benefits 1%. So I got a couple numbers. 90% of taxpayers are paying lower taxes today than they were days before that tax bill passed. 90%. And a tax cut is a pay increase. When the government takes less of your pay, you have more take-home pay. That is a pay increase. And the left, you've seen the statements by Schumer and Pelosi, they intend to take back that tax reduction. They intend to raise taxes. They intend to cut your pay. That is what they mean when they say they intend to raise taxes. Another number. The stock values in this country, people's 401ks, their IRAs, their lifetime savings, increased by about a third. 60% of Americans are directly, of working Americans are directly in the market with a 401k and IRA, defined contribution. 60%, not 1, 60%. So when they attack the strengthening of the stock market, they attack 60% of people working today and their life savings, which have been increasing. You saw that 5 million plus Americans got bonuses in the first few months of the administration, of the tax cut, increases $5,000 for adoption costs for Walmart. All of their employees, $5,000. This is a tremendous step forward. Bonuses and various benefits that haven't been available before because the tax reduction, the tax cut made it possible. At the website for Americans for Tax Reform, atr.org, you can keep track by state of every company that's made an announcement that said, because of the tax cuts, we're doing this benefit, this increase, this new investment. atr.org, and you can go by state. And then lastly, and this was mentioned by the Republican leader, Americans for Tax Reform just a day or two ago put out the list of 100 utilities that make electricity, natural gas, water utilities, 100, that serve 100 million customers, that they're all getting lower utility bills because tax cut. Because we took the corporate rate in America from 35%, the highest in the world. Okay, we're the capitalists, we're the free market guys. We were at 35%. Ever since Clinton took it up to 35, we've been at 35. China, socialist China, 25%. Germany, 25%. We're at 35%. Well, we took it down to 21. Trump wanted 15. I think 15 is a better number than 21. It's a very good number. It's a smaller number than 21. And we're going to get to 15. But 21 is on the way to 15. We're moving in the right direction. We're moving quickly in the right direction. We're at 21 now. But a company, a utility, has to pay 21% of their profits in taxes. That's over $3 billion a year. And all of that money that's no longer paid by those utilities goes directly to utility ratepayers, households, small businesses, the American people. 100 million households and small businesses, which is several hundred million Americans. Again, the left keeps saying only 1% benefit, but 90%, 60%, darn near 100%. The beneficiaries are everyone in this country, and who benefits most? The person who didn't have a job and does today. Hundreds of thousands of people are getting jobs, coming back into the job market. They may have given up. They may have decided there aren't any jobs out there. We now know, you saw the statistic, there are more job wanted ads, more jobs open today than there are people looking for work. You got to put those two together. That's the level of opportunity we have in the United States and that we're continuing to build. $700 billion of American earnings of companies overseas is coming back to the United States this year to invest here. $200 billion freed up directly by the tax cut. Massive new investments in plant and equipment, a huge jump in capital expenditures. And the way you get sustainable pay increases, not one-time things, but sustainable, permanent pay increases, is to have every worker become more productive. And you do that with more plant and equipment, more capital per worker, and that is one of the major things that we did right in this tax bill. And let me end by saying there's two things coming. One, we're going to have a vote in the House to make all of those tax cuts for the individuals last not 10 years, but permanently. Every Democrat will have one more opportunity to vote against your tax cut, against your pay increase, and to remind you that they don't like you very much. And they'll take that opportunity. And then in addition to that, I believe we're going to see an executive order out of the Secretary of Treasury to index capital gains for inflation. So you would no longer pay capital gains tax on the part of the value of your house or your land or stocks that's inflation. We are going to end, by regulation, the tax on inflation. We'll cut the capital gains tax in half in this country. We've made tremendous progress. We're moving in the right direction. There is more tax reduction to be done. The president said he wants a tax cut every year. We're going to keep winning. Thank you. Thank you very much. Take care, guys.